Lottie, I don't know if you've heard this, but Sam Wilson is Captain America. That is
Yeah.
is this a so apparently this is a controversial take. So I'm gonna roll this all into our weekly trash take of the week. But the trash take isn't from Chris Evans. Chris Evans is giving the good take. The trash take is all these bitch ass people. Let's call them what they are. Uh, some of them probably racist. Let's also call them what they are. Um, Talking about Sam Wilson, like Steve Rogers is Captain America, and Sam Wilson isn't. Look, we could sit here and we could sit here and provide all the like. Look, in the comic books, Captain America wasn't always Steve Rogers. There's a bunch of other white dudes that have been Captain America, including John Walker, right?
And
Um,
including Sam Wilson.
and yeah, and now Sam Wilson. The only time that people seem to want to make a deal out of it seems to be when the black guy gets it. So, but it's not racism. It's just uh, it's it's just that Steve Rogers is the only Captain America, period. Because never ever ever in comics have we ever seen someone play a character and then someone else take up the mantle. Like people say, well, Batman, Bruce Wayne is Batman. I'm like, bitch, there's been at least five other people that have been Batman, right? There's been
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
five other people that have been Batman. Or what about, Captain America? There have been at least four other people that have been Captain America. There's multiple people that have been Robin. There's all sorts of Green Lanterns. There's multiple Flashes. The point is, shut the fuck up, bitches. The only time y'all make a fucking deal out of that, and I'll, not wasn't just talking about Captain America, but also let's talk about Captain Marvel. How many have you heard people talk about? Oh, Miss Marvel isn't Kamala Khan. It's Carol Danvers. So now these are the same people that are saying this shit about Sam Wilson are saying this about Kamala Khan, right? That she's replacing the real Miss Marvel. I will remind you that these same bitch ass dudes that are saying this shit right now about Kamala Khan were shitting on Brie Larson when she was for being Captain Marvel. So they're losers. That's what I'm trying to say. But Chris
And,
Evans was like, "Hey, Anthony Mackie and Sam Wilson are Captain America. Why should he have to say that to anybody? Lottie, why should he have to tweet and keep saying this shit to anybody?"
so, I mean, whenever I hear people say stuff like that, it's just it's one of those things that I just feel like whenever I hear the thing where they say to go woke or go broke thing, I feel like a lot of people that say stuff like that, it's like I said, they're these new gen comic book fans that read one or two comic books and swear they know the lore and say stupid stuff like this. Like, what's her name is not she's not Kamala Khan is not Miss Marvel. Yes, she is. Read the comic book, jackass. If you just it gets to the point. If they would have made like um what's the guy's name? Like if they would have made Hawkeye Miss Marvel, okay, then maybe you could say something. But they're literally following the comic book. They might just change the color or the age of the character.
Yeah,
Does it? And really, they're not really even like really the only character that they actually changed the color of is the most uninteresting character in the comic book, and actually him being black has made him a much better character in my opinion. That's Nick Fury. Every other character they kept the same color.
yeah, or the original character still around or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, even Captain Marvel, was basically a follow on from the original Captain Marvel, who was an alien guy.
and he's
But
not very. And I'm
yeah,
gonna just be honest, he's
but he's
not boring.
dead too, and he's dead. you
Yeah,
know,
he's not, and he's not the, and just being honest, he's not that appealing of a character. He wasn't, you know. I
yeah,
mean, his son, who's the Captain Marvel on the other side of the universe, is a much more appealing character. But the original, he's more when he was Captain Marvel, he was boring. He was cool when he was Marvel, but as soon as he called himself Captain Marvel, ugh, it was
Yeah.
not that great when he was in the comic books. That's why he died in the comic books. He
And
was boring.
I kind of want, kind of circling back around to Captain America and Sam Wilson. I have to just to be honest, I'm tired of dancing around this shit and saying being like, well, they just like they're ignorant of comics or what. No, you know what? This shit is racism.
Yeah,
Let's just call it. I'm tired. I'm tired of fucking around with this stuff. They are. There's no. They don't make a big deal out of it until it's a black person or a woman or whatever. It's fucking racist. You're just fucking bigots. Marvel, Marvel Comics, Marvel Studios, they are in charge of these characters. The Marvel Comics, they are in charge of the characters. You as a fan, you are not. So your opinion about who the fuck is Captain America is really fucking irrelevant. Because I don't run anything. Now, I may not like John Walker, but if they make him Captain America, he's fucking Captain America, and that's the end of the damn story. We
yeah.
don't run anything. We just consume. Now you may not like it so much, but you have me saying it or you saying it doesn't mean a damn thing. Here's one thing. I appreciate the fact that Steve Rogers as Captain America is iconic. He had his run. He gave up the shield, and then in the MCU at least, he gave up the shield. He is no longer Captain America. He retired from being it. So somebody else can come along and be it. You know how we know this in the comics? Once again, they recognize the necessity of having that name, that title, and some consistency. And so they made other Captain Americas. Just fucking get over it. This is that bullshit that we're dealing with right now in this country and around the world. But of the privilege, the privileged, number one kid. All of us we're all kids, and we have our parents, and these are the favorite kids, and they've had everything and they've seen everything. It's all that for them, right? And they got to give up 5% of the shit that they used to get, and they're acting like the fucking world is ending.
Yeah.
And that's why there's all this crying about that, because if these guys were real, they were real, men and women and secure in themselves and not threatened by anything, and they don't feel like they should own every fucking thing. Him being Captain America, be like, okay, cool. And they thumbs up and move on, because a black guy being a Captain America isn't a threat to their own their personal understanding and belief in their own, how good they are as a person. It's fucking pathetic, is what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Sam Wilson's Captain America, and if you disagree, you're just being a bitch about this. So, it's all there is to it. And yeah, so we've belabored that point much. But good on Chris Evans. I knew I liked that guy for some reason. So